back to the channel. We're in a little bit of a different kitchen today. We're down in the basement kitchen for something really exciting. We're here to do kind of our first real run of food in the freeze dryer. Now, if you watched the last video, you saw the setup and we did our test run with bread. And today we are going to try all different kinds of fruits. So let's take a look at what we are preparing, and then I'm going to get the freeze dryer turned on to do its kind of pre-freeze and get ready for the trays. So a few things that we have here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Flash Food, but it's an app where you can get produce and different kind of groceries that maybe there's an overflow of or that are coming to date. So I got this for $5 from my local Giant Eagle, and it is just a box full of citrus. And I've seen a lot of people who freeze dry citrus and use it in their water. We are big lemon water drinkers. We actually use like bottled lemon juice from Azure. So hopefully this will replace that, but I'm only gonna use this as filler if we need it. We have different kinds of berries in here. So we have strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and then I got some mango, some pineapple, some watermelon, and some peaches. So we're going to kind of just do a sampler to see what we like. We are both going out of town this weekend separately, and I thought these would be really fun road trip snacks too. Also, a healthy alternative to kind of the junk you're used to picking up at the gas station. So I'm going to get the freeze dryer ready, and then we'll be back to prep this. Right, I'm not sure how loud that is, but we'll just get to chopping here. Whoa, the water pressure is different than the one upstairs. Wow. I'm not used to working down here. Oh my goodness. Now, I think freeze drying really makes the flavors pronounced. I don't know if you've ever had Special K, but I'm pretty sure those are freeze dried strawberries, and those are just like so delicious. So we're gonna do just slices here, and I'm so excited to preserve all of this in the freeze dryer. It will be even more exciting when it's food that we grow here. But in the meantime, like I did last winter, I learned how to can before the garden season, and I think it's going to be great to get some rounds of food in the freeze dryer before it's crunch time and you're overwhelmed by all the food from the garden. Now, I'm not being super careful with making sure that I get all of the fruit on the freeze dryer. My chickens go wild for strawberry tops. So they haven't had them in a while. We haven't had berries in quite some time. I think I might be most excited for peaches. I don't know that I've ever had a freeze-dried peach before. All right, we just have a little thing of raspberries here, so we'll get those in. You want to know what? I have a bunch of frozen blackberries just so we get to try all of the berries. I'll go grab some of those too. Okay, next up, we will do the watermelon. I'm trying to make everything like snack size, just a bite. Okay, next up, some pineapple. Okay, next up, we're gonna get some mango. And blackberries, I thought about it for a minute because our blackberries are frozen. It tells you, the instructions tell you not to mix frozen and unfrozen. So I am going to see if I can just thaw a few of these. I think these were melted somewhere along the way because they're kind of stuck together. Usually the Azure produce comes really nice, like, no, it doesn't stick together. That's why I'm so impressed that you're able to buy it in like 5-pound increments, and it's still so handy to use. I don't even like package it into smaller packages because I'm usually able to just go pull from whatever I need. Okay. That should be good. Oh, berry stained hands reminds me of summer. I'm just gonna put some warm water on these. Okay, we'll let those sit there. Now, my next question with the peaches is, like, I usually eat a peach with the skin on, but maybe we should try to do some with the skin on and some with it off. I'm not sure. These definitely aren't the world's ripest peaches. Okay, the freeze dryer is ready for us when we're ready. Ooh. So I have the medium, so there's only 4 trays to fill up here. It was so hard for me to decide between the medium and the large. There's a pretty big price difference, and it's just the 2 of us here. So, we went with the medium. There's an extra large now too. So we did 1 whole peach with the skin on. We're gonna do 1 with the skin off. The next thing I wanna do with the freeze dryer is like ready to go meals. So kind of like our version of fast meals that only require like hot water to be reconstituted. Obviously soup is a good one. We were even thinking like burrito bowls, like rice and a protein and some salsa. And then just getting stocked up on some pantry staples. So I think it'll be awesome and a huge space saver to just powder our chicken stock, and honestly a really big time saver because I think it's going to be a lot quicker to just like dump some quarts of chicken stock onto the trays and have them freeze dry rather than pressure canning. Pressure canning can be quite the task. I also want to we make homemade yogurt, and sometimes like every few batches, maybe more than that, you need to get like new cultures. So I'm thinking after I make a fresh batch, freeze drying some of that, and I can kind of use that as like my yogurt starter. I want to do the same with sourdough starter too, just so we have it available if we ever, if our starter ever dies, which honestly it's come close quite a few times. Okay, these are pretty thawed. And then these fruits, my chickens haven't had fruit like this in so long. I'll just take them out there. It was so rainy here all day. It was sad to see the chickens. My chickens though, like, they don't look like they're enjoying the rain, but they don't stay out of the rain. It's confusing. They just look soggy and wet. Okay, so the chopping is done. Let's take a look at what we have here. We have some raspberries and some watermelon, strawberries and blueberries, peaches and blackberries, and some of the peaches have the skins on, some of them don't, and mango and pineapple. So let's go get these in the freeze dryer, and really excited for our first batch. We are good to go. Okay, since those are in and we have a mess made in the sink here, I figured we'll work through this box of citrus. I have my extra set of trays out, which was a great recommendation by Harvest, right? Thank you for that. So we're going to get all of these sliced up, and I'll put them in the freezer so that when I pull them tomorrow, and this is done in 24 hours or maybe longer, they'll be frozen and it will reduce the cycle time. So I'm gonna put on fermented Homestead's Monday Night Live, catch up with that, do some chopping, and we're gonna have a very therapeutic Monday evening here. Okay, so we have 4 trays of citrus loaded up. I'm going to get these in the freezer. We'll freeze them until that round is done, but definitely made a good use of our time here. So we'll get cleaned up and I'll see you back when that round is done in the freeze dryer. Okay, it was beekeeping night. These have been going for about 24 hours. Now, I had to add extra dry time when it was done, and I found that the fruits that I pulled out were dried, but the pineapple and the blueberry, I think because of their sugar content, and maybe the blueberries, how I had them kind of situated on the tray, they still need more time. So I took these out. I left those 2 trays in. I don't know if that's the appropriate thing to do. So I'm gonna let them go overnight again, but I did do a little bit of a taste test. And these are amazing. I mean, that's crazy. This is a peach. I'll be honest, I think my favorite so far has been this mango. So delicious. Wow. Honestly, like already, I'm like, we need to make more room in the garden for fruit, like cantaloupe and watermelon. This watermelon, I'm gonna turn it into powder. I just want it to crunch. So delicious. These are like the best treat ever. So it's literally like candy. So these were so good. I'll check in tomorrow morning. But these are gonna be some good road trip snacks. So we'll check back in. Okay, we are back at the preservation station. Oh. Need to unvent. I did bring my lemons down here. I'm not really sure. I think there's something you need to do differently if you're starting with frozen food, but let's see how this went. Okay, I think we are freeze dried. Do you hear them crackling? Oh my god. They're so cold on my hands, especially I burnt my finger really bad making English muffins last night. Okay, pineapple looks good. Blueberries look good. So we'll go to no defrost. Okay, now we're going to get it cooling down for the lemons. I definitely need those like spacers that you put here. So I think I'll have to get an order for those today, but let's get these in. These two took so long, the blueberries and the pineapple, but they're worth the wait. They're delicious. Okay, let's take a look and see how our lemons and limes turned out. Now, spoiler alert, I did pull a few of them earlier to put in my water for the day. Okay, we have all 4 trays here. They made the perfect like lemon water. We've been just using lemon juice. This is so much better, and it's awesome that we'll be able to keep these on hand. So let's do the crunch test. All right, so time to get these cleaned up. Now, I did run the other set of trays through the dishwasher, checked online, they're dishwasher safe, so that is a huge win. So our first round or 2 rounds of doing things in the freeze dryer went really well. We did some fruits to have as kind of healthy alternatives to chips, and now we are stocked up on lemons and limes here for our water. And cocktails, I didn't even think about that. So let me know what you would like to see next in the freeze dryer, but I would say these were really good first tests for us to do, and I know that, well, the fruit is long gone, but I know that we will definitely make use of all of these and be making those fruits again. So we'll see you back next time. Let me know what you want me to experiment with in the freeze dryer.